Hello and welcome to World Now on TVC News. Let's begin in the U.S., where the Senate on Sunday afternoon passed Democrats' $750 billion healthcare tax and climate bill in a significant victory for President Joe Biden and his party. The final party line vote was 51 to 50, with Vice President Kamala Harris bringing the tie. The package is the product of painstaking negotiations, and its final passage would give Democrats a chance to achieve major policy objectives ahead of the upcoming midterm elections. The Democrat-controlled House, which is expected to take up the legislation on Friday, August the 12th, must approve the bill before President Biden can sign it into law. The sweeping bill, named the Inflation Reduction Act, would represent the largest climate investment in U.S. history and make major changes to health policy by giving Medicare and PAR for the first time. The nearly $370 billion clean energy and climate package is the largest climate investment in U.S. history and the biggest victory for the environmental movement since the landmark Clean Air Act. The bill also contains many tax incentives meant to bring down the cost of electricity with more renewables and spur more American consumers to switch to electricity to power their homes and vehicles. Now, the legislation would reduce the deficit they paid for through new taxes and boost the Internal Revenue Service's ability to collect. It would raise over $700 billion in government revenue over 10 years and spend over $430 billion to reduce carbon emissions and extend subsidies for health insurance under the Affordable Care Act and use the rest of the new revenue to reduce the deficit. Now, the bill would empower Medicare to negotiate prices of certain costly medications administered in doctors' offices purchased at the pharmacy. The Health and Human Services Secretary would negotiate the prices of 10 drugs in 2026 and another 15 drugs in 2027 and again in 2028. The number would rise to 20 drugs a year for 2029 and beyond. With this, we have more in this report.
Senate being equally divided, the Vice President votes in the affirmative, and the bill, as amended, is passed.
After a marathon overnight session, Democrats cried with joy and pumped their fists in the air after the bill was passed in the Senate. Senate Democrats, with a narrow 50-seat majority, stayed unified to pass the legislation, using a special filibuster-proof process to approve the measure without Republican votes.
I have to tell you, this is a great day. And since the day we first took office, the President and I and our administration has been focused on lowering the costs for American families through a variety of means, starting with the American Rescue Plan, which is about making sure that people could be on their feet during one of the worst crises in our country, which is the pandemic. We kept small businesses open.
Final passage came after a marathon series of contentious amendment votes known as Votarama that stretched nearly 16 hours from late Saturday night until Sunday afternoon.
As you know, it's been a long, tough, and winding road. At last, we've arrived, and we are elated. Every member of my caucus is elated about what happened because we've changed the world in a way that you rarely get an opportunity to do that. With the Inflation Reduction Act, this Senate Democratic majority has achieved what countless others have come to Washington promising to do, but ultimately failed to deliver. And I am really confident that the Inflation Reduction Act will endure as one of the defining feats of the 21st century. And we did it without a single vote to spare. To do something with 50 votes is rough. To do small things with 50 votes is rough.
To avoid the last-minute collapse of the bill on Sunday, Senate Democrats accepted a narrower tax proposal. Republicans used the weekend Votarama to put Democrats on the spot and force politically tough votes. President Biden has praised the Senate for passing the bill in a statement on Sunday, thanking Democrats in the chamber and touting the legislation's climate investment and healthcare provisions.